In the last video, it was demonstrated how to find the equation of a line given various bits of information such as the slope and the y-intercept. And in the second situation, you were given the slope again, but you were given a point that wasn't the y-intercept. So you had to solve for the y-intercept or use my favorite method, the point-slope form of a linear equation, which we're going to use going forward. You can continue to use solving for the b by pattern matching into the slope-intercept. That's not how I'm going to show you in the rest of these videos. So in this case, we are now given 2 points. So previously, you were given the slope. Now you're not given the slope. Now you're given 2 points, but you know what to do with 2 points. I can use my 2 points to find the slope. Remember, the formula for the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and it doesn't really matter if you do y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2, so long as you are consistent with the numerator and denominator, which one you're starting with. And again, it doesn't even matter which one you choose to be x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So just arbitrarily, I'm going to say that this one is x1 and y1, whereas its partner over here will be, let's use a different color, x2 and y2. And so now we just need to pattern match into our formula. So this will be 3, and that will be minus y1 is 1, so we'll say minus 1 over, let's see, our x2 is 2, so we'll go 2, and then our x1 is negative, so we have to say minus a negative 6. And the reason we put it that way is because subtracting a negative is very different from just subtracting a positive 1. See, in the first case, subtracting a positive 1, 3 minus 1 is just 2. In the second case, 2 minus a negative 6 is really 2 plus 6, right? And 2 plus 6 is 8. So let's simplify this to get our slope. Our slope is 2 over 8 is the same thing as 1 over 4. So our slope is 1/4. Remember, the point-slope form of the linear equation looks like the generalized y minus a specific y is the slope times the generalized x minus a specific x. And I just put the y and the x in the green just so you can see that's what's going to be this part, this y and this x here, when we're done with the equation. Everything else is going to contribute to being the b. So pattern match, let's go ahead and do that. Let's say y minus, let's choose this one here. You could use 2, 3. In fact, in your notes, I'd like to see you try it with 2 and 3, just to make sure you come up with the same answer as I do. But I'm going to use this negative 6 and 1. So the y value here is 1 over here. We just found it as 1/4. And I'm going to multiply that by, again, our generalized x minus, oh, my x is negative here, so I'm going to say minus a negative 6, and then close the parentheses. Okay, so remember, I have to simplify and solve. That's all I need to do. So because we have a little bit going on over here, we need to simplify that first. I'm going to go ahead and drop the color scheme now, and we're just going to go with y minus 1 is 1/4 of x. Remember, minus a negative 6 is plus 6. So now we distribute the 1/4 to both terms, so y minus 1 is 1/4 of x, which we should know from here. Once we understand what our slope is, that's what's going to be the coefficient of that x term there. And then 1/4 times 6 is a plus 6 over 4, and again we can simplify that to 3 over 2. So what we've got is y minus 1 equals 1/4 of x plus 3 over 2. So we'll need to add 1 to both sides to cancel that off there. And since we're adding 1 over here, we'll add 1 over here, or 2 over 2. And that makes it quite easy. Y then is equal to 1/4 of x. Let's see, plus 3 halves plus 2 halves is plus 5 halves. And that is the equation of our line.